Voila! Welcome. So today I wanted to talk to you about the Amazons. So for a few weeks already and a few months, actually started a little bit earlier at the end of last year. I started just receiving a lot of downloads, and a lot of my attention was pulled toward the Amazons, the Amazon, and more particularly the African Amazons. I think there's many reasons for that, because initially I said to myself, why the Amazons? And I remember, the movie Wonder Woman just came out. I haven't seen the movie, by the way, but I saw the Justice League, where you have Wonder Woman, and it kind of like the attitude that she has, where she's supposed to save the world and all of the different stuff. So I understood at some point why everything that was shown, that is being shown to me, that's coming to me, is coming to me at this time. One of the reasons why is that the image and the myth of the Amazons, of the African Amazons, has been completely distorted to make you think that those women are women who are anti-men, or women who are just warriors, like really just looking to fight and fighting men, and ruling the world, or ruling dynasties and killing men and all those different things, which is horrible. Which is really horrible, and it's really a huge distortion of who the Amazons were. And so when I've started being shown different aspects, these wonderful, more magical aspects of the Amazon, who were wives, who were mothers, who were daughters, who were lovers, who had all of this tenderness and all of this love that they gave, I was horrified to see that all of that was compressed and restricted to them being warriors. Can you imagine just that just only one facet of who they were is being thrown around in all of the images? We see them as so muscular and this and that, with a lot of weapons and all of that, but they were mothers. They were tender, they were soft, they were singers, they were dancers. They were not one-dimensional warriors fighting all over and fighting men. And I think this part of it is part of the infectiousness of feminism and all of this thing, where everything is all about equality and all about fighting all the time, fighting anything and anyone, when in fact, even when you look at African as cultures or spirituality, there is no such fight. We struggle, of course, nothing is perfect, but we aim for complementarity. We don't aim to rule over someone else. We recognize the gender differences. We recognize the sexes differences. We recognize also that the roles that each of us have to play in order to maintain a proper balance for everyone. And so this distorted image is actually very dangerous. And I think the work that I'm doing, I'm building this program, is going to be coming out. I'm not quite sure yet, but it's going to come out soon, dealing with the different Amazons. And I'm so thrilled to see in each of my meditation the different experiences, and going so deep into their lives, and the message that I'm called to transmit, which is amazing, about the love that those women had and still have for them, the descendant of the Amazons. That too is another piece of it. But some of them fought not to rule over men, not to rule over a kingdom, to take over places, but some of them fought for the right to be feminine, the right to choose a husband, to have children, to have a family, to fight for the right to love. And I think that's something that's not talked about. Everyone is talking about how they want to fight men, and they have weapons to fight men, and they're strong like a man, and blah blah. But no one wants to talk about Jews who actually fought to be able to be mothers, and to mother the child with their husbands, who wanted to strive to be married, to be in a sacred union for a lifetime, to be with a man that they can serve, even as queen or as princesses and queen, to serve that man that they loved. And you see, when you listen to that, when you think about that, you feel within yourself that that's the missing piece. You can't be fighting all the time. You can't be fighting all the time. Fighting is not a natural state of being. fighting for a woman is not a natural state of being. Actually, it's not a natural state for anyone. And it's important for you to learn how to love. And I'm saying this with all the humbleness and the candor because I've seen some elder constantly reminding the youth of the pain and the anger and instilling that pain and anger within themselves so that they become angry and they want to fight. You're teaching them how to fight. You're teaching them that they must fight. But nobody is teaching them how to be tender. Nobody's teaching them how to love, how to nurture one another. And then you wonder why there's so much dysfunction of individuals who don't know how to love, individuals who don't know how to receive love or to give love, and that people who are just walking around looking for different transactional experiences, where I give you this, you give me that, bye. I give you this, you give me that, bye. And we wonder why we become so robotic toward each other. We don't feel anything anymore because we were never made to feel. We were never given the tools. We were never instilled and taught that love is important. You won't find a grown man if his mother didn't teach him, didn't give him any love. How do you expect him to learn about it? How do you expect him to learn about it? And I think it's very important for us women that we do connect and reconnect with our feminine and stay in our feminine ways, nurture that feminine part of us, because we can't be fighting all the time. Fighting is not going to bring you closer to your partner, it's not going to bring you closer to your children or to your community. I think also that we need to have individuals who are able to love and you're able to remind the fighters what love is all about. And to me, the story of the Amazons and the legacy and the wisdom that they have, that they're bringing, that they were able to strive and to fight for their right to be feminine, their right to be married, their right to be a mother, their desire to be a mother, the desire to be a wife, the desire to serve their husbands. Yes, the desire and the right to serve your husband, which is today being devalorized. Now, if you don't have a career and you don't aspire to get out of your house and to leave your children to some complete stranger, there's something wrong with you. You see how far we've come, where even the notion that you wanting to care for your child is being seen as something devalorizing, is being minimized in a society where you have people at each other's throat, people being angry all the time, when we may do a lot more, we may make a difference by simply acknowledging the importance of those roles. Your role as a wife is very important. Your role as a mother is also important. Your role as a girlfriend, your role as a partner, your role as a sister, your role as a nurturer, a lover, a giver, a teacher is very, very important and very valuable. And I think there's not enough discussions, there's not enough talks about this. It's almost as if it became taboo to say that you want to honor the person you love, you want to honor the man you love by serving him and dedicating your life to that partnership. You know, when you look and you speak with a couple who've been together for a long time, 20, 30 or 40 or 50 years, they have to have that devotion to be able to remain together that long. They have sometimes to sacrifice other people, other things, to make sure that their own partnership is being cared for. And that strengthens the community. When we are able to strengthen our families and to stay focused on our families and to give it our all, to be able to put the things that we need to give it our all in terms, for example, of not being outside of the home, to be able to care for your children properly, intensively, so that your children receive the nourishment that they need to receive from you. That's a very important value that not only going to carry on for your own family, but is going to make the community stronger. I think sometimes we tend to look at other cultures for what they're doing, and we don't understand that our own culture has its own advantages, its own disadvantages, of course, but that we have the means today to look at all of that and to embrace all of the ways and to make sure there is some form of balance. Okay, you cannot stay angry all the time. And I know that some of the women have been, you know, have had many deceptions. They've been hurt, but please take the time to heal yourself, so that you don't poison the mind of the youngers, the youth, or youth daughters who are around you that come for you for wisdom and for assistance. Don't poison their mind with your own deceptions. The man who hurt you is not the man they're going to meet. Is not the man that they're going to love. Okay, and it's very important that young women grow up knowing that they are going to meet men who will love them. They're going to meet men who will want to provide for them and protect them. And that you set aside your hurt and your pain, you deal with that on your own, you deal with that with yourself or with assistance, but that you deal with it. So that when you're giving advice, that you're giving wisdom, you're not giving it from a place of pain or a place of hurt or a place of fear, but you are doing it from a place of wisdom, a place of experience, a place of nurturing, providing the information and the knowledge that she will need in order to navigate herself to a successful relationship, to a successful partnership. Not without your own deceptions thrown into it, but with the optimism, the courage, and the tool and the love that is required to just enjoy life and be able to make life around us pleasurable, be able to nourish her own self and the people around her. So I hope you get inspired by these snippets on the Amazons, and that it kind of like maybe awaken your curiosity about those other facets of the Amazon that are less talked about, but that are so well deserving of our own attention. And that maybe you will be interested in doing this program and doing my course once it's ready. I hope you do. And of course, if you want to message me or if you want to join my coaching group, all the information to reach me and to ask me for information will be in the description box. And as usual, please leave your comments and your discussion, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.